Welcome to Destination ERA. Looking forward to going through the great offerings from the ERA brand this afternoon with you all. I'm joined by Frank Malpica, Vice President of Strategic Growth. Uh, we will be going through the ERA offerings today for you. My name is Mickey Spain. I'm the Director of Strategic Growth. And what to expect today, we're going to talk about world-class coverage. What does the ERA network cover as far as business? We're going to show you how ERA puts you at the center of home ownership as an agent. So not only lead generation, but also staying involved with the consumer throughout the home buying process. And then, of course, the after home buying process, the life cycle of the homeowner, to help you generate repeat business. Leading questions and answers. It's a little pun on words, but we all know how important leads are these days when it comes to real estate. We're going to talk about lead generation sources. We'll talk about the powerful partnerships that we have with the ERA brand and some technology partners out there, as well as our parent corporation, Realogy. We can't ignore the size and scope of the resources that they give us as a brand. And last but not least, everything we cover today, and as I mentioned before, we have an educational course for everything. So product, technology, tools, building your business, most importantly, as an agent. That's all covered. So as far as coverage, when you look at the ERA brand coverage around the entire globe, 38 countries worldwide. We cover 44 states in the United States, 208 companies, over 13,000 domestic agents, 22,000 plus international agents. So ERA agents are everywhere. This helps when it comes to referral business, and this helps when it comes to domestic referral business as well. We're going to cover a tool today that's going to help you manage that referral business going forward. But we all know how expensive it is when we look at the homeownership life cycle to generate new leads. And we have tools to cover that. We're going to go through many of those tools today. But lead nurturing, lead conversion, transaction management, just to get us across the goal line as agents, where the house closes and you obviously get your commission. We're going to talk about programs beyond that help you extend that consumer life cycle, that help keep you in front of the customer going forward. When we look at statistics, over 90% of consumers say they would use the same agent, in the future to buy and sell their home. Only 12% actually do, which causes a huge gap in our business that we are trying to solve for. And we hope we can show you some programs as agents today that are going to help you with that. So follow-up programs, repeat business. So again, we want to put you at the center of the home ownership life cycle. We want to show you that you and ERA Real Estate are a real match today. So we started with some research. We wanted to know what the industry was saying about ERA. And these are competitive agents and brokerages out there. And when they see their local ERAs in the marketplace, what they're saying is ERA is recognized as a leader in reputation, culture, and technology. And our companies in the industry are seen as on the rise and growing fast. More importantly, those agents that join us and that are a part of us, those agents love the learning opportunities that they have, the business tools that we provide, and of course, the culture of the office that they work at. Nearly 80%, of the agents feel that ERA tools and technologies directly increase their business. And really the theme today, and the theme of any program that we look to go out there and bring in for our agents, is how can we save you time? How can we make you more money? And how can we generate more leads for you? So you'll see that as the common theme today as we go through this. And speaking of online leads, so, consumers live online these days. It's extremely important to have exposure online. So when you think about Google, Bing, Yahoo, all of the search engines, Facebook, YouTube, which, YouTube, I believe, is the #2 search engine next to Google right now. It's important that you have a presence on those. And so what the brand does from the corporate side, we purchase keywords to make sure that when a consumer's, looking at homes or researching a marketplace and searches those specific keywords, we purchase those so that you are ever present during the search process. And the cool part about all of this is, so you look at all of these multiple sources where leads are generated from. To help agents organize these, we provide a brand CRM that filters all of these into one place for you to manage your database. And this branded CRM, is provided at no additional cost. So the benefits of this branded CRM as well, you get consumer insights. So it's once that consumer's in and starts searching on your website, you get predictive scoring, you get lead notifications. There's automated incubation of those leads, follow-up plans. We're going to go through a couple of those programs here momentarily, and also a client management system. It's also going to show you which of your customers are most active, so that's where you can spend your time. So speaking of active and incubation, we have partnered with a company called Ojo. And Ojo is an artificial intelligence company that helps incubate those leads that may not be ready to buy today. So when the lead comes in from those multiple sites and sources, Ojo qualifies that lead by, asking particular questions, looking for particular keywords. And if it's somebody that's not ready to act here in the near future, it's going to put them into an incubation program. What that will then do is, let's say it's 12 months, 14 months, 18 months down the road. When that consumer starts to trigger with keywords once again, it's going to give a warm handoff to a call center where, obviously that person is going to be qualified as an active lead. And then a warm handoff is made to the agent. So what Ojo is doing is Ojo is working with those consumers with their real estate search, but handing them to you as an agent when this person is actually ready to be active and buy. So we're seeing some examples of what the Ojo interface looks like. So it's going to ask them all of these pre-qualifying questions, gets down to preferred commute. And again, this is advanced learning. And then for those customers that are actually active right now and, are going to buy in the near future, this is your CRM. What's provided in here, it tracks the consumer's activity as they are searching properties. So what's great about this system is it also breaks down how the consumer is engaging with you. So are they opening your emails? Did they view a home detail page? Which home did they view? Are they logging onto your website? Are they logging onto your mobile application that we provide as well? Because we do provide you a mobile search application to provide to your consumers that's branded to you. So have they scheduled a showing? All these types of activities are going to figure into this scoring that you can, sort your consumer database by, so you can make sure that you are spending your time with the consumers that are most likely to act sooner rather than later. The website we provide is branded and fully customizable. And once again, that translates over to mobile as well. And then, last but not least, automated videos are the next key tool, which Frank Malpica is going to go over for you.
Thanks, Mickey. I appreciate that. And while I start to talk, maybe you have to stop sharing first so I can take the screen from you.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
Great. I appreciate that. So while you're doing that, I just want to recap a little bit. You've talked a lot about the ideas of make me money, save me money, save me time, right? And as you think about all of what Mickey just shared there, there's a lot of lead gen that we're doing for you as our agents, right? Not just generating leads, because I think we're in a world where generating leads is easy. It's really costly and they don't convert very well, but generating leads is easy. Then you think about those other two pieces of the value prop that Mickey was talking about, Ojo, and then that CRM system that allows you to filter out through all of those leads to get those that are ready to act now. And there's just huge value behind that. So with that said, I am, Mickey, stop sharing so I can share my screen, please.
You got it.
Thank you. So says I'm still controlling your screen.
Oh,
So just unshare and then I can share my screen. There we go. Super. So what I want to start out with for you guys is, well, Google, right? Mickey mentioned earlier, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, some of the largest search engines online. And I want to put that in context for you, right? What does that really mean? When you think about it, I took an average property, an average price property, something that's right at the NAR median average of like $250,000, and I did a Google search of that particular property. What you can see here is that in 0.37 seconds, not even a second, I got 120,000 different results for this particular property, right? So lots of area for distraction and lots of opportunity to lose business. And what you see here when you scroll down the screen is what I like to call a sea of sameness, except for what Mickey pointed out right before we stopped sharing there, which was video, right? What will help you truly stand out online is video. And the important part of the process here is, as Mickey put before, we automate that video production for you, right? So we're taking all of your active listing inventory and we're automating the process of creating video websites, YouTube videos, Facebook videos, video content that we already saw is incredibly valuable to Google, Yahoo, and Bing when you're trying to stand out online to generate more leads, things that are totally branded to you and now linking back to those websites that Mickey was sharing with you before. And again, every time a lead is generated, you don't have to be your own admin. We've automated the process of not just creating those assets for you, but then taking those leads and automatically syncing them back with your CRM so you can keep dealing with more buyers and sellers, and we're operating in the background to save you more time and make you more efficient. Why do we focus on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram? Well, it's kind of hard to argue with the numbers. It's not that TikTok isn't relevant. We all know that it's blown up over the course of the last several months. And we're also not saying that you shouldn't market yourself there, or Snapchat, or LinkedIn, or Pinterest. What we're saying is, again, in an effort to try and free up your time so you can focus on more profit generating activities, we're going to focus on the big bets. And we're going to automate the process to the largest audience available, which today happens to be Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Along those same lines, we're going to now take your most valuable asset next to your time, which is your reputation. And we're going to remarket your reputation. We're going to take all of those great reviews that you're already getting, or hopefully you're already getting, from your buyers and sellers. And if you're not already collecting reviews from your buyers and sellers, the good news is we're going to automate that process for you as well. We're going to send an automatic customer satisfaction survey out to all of your clients. We're going to collect all of that great content that they're sharing about you, talking about how, Debbie was incredibly attentive throughout the entire buying and selling process, really cared about her clients and helped answer all of their questions. Now that's awesome, but how do we take that content and share it at scale? And again, importantly, not ask you to be your own admin, but automate that process in the background. And we do that, as you can see here, take all of that content, compile it into a social post, and automatically share it back to that massive 2.2 billion audience on Facebook. What we're also going to do is take a link to the website that we provide for you, again, so that people can get from Facebook back to your website where they can take action, generate leads that, again, we automatically sync back with your CRM. Keep thinking about that concept of save me time, save me money, make me money. Along those same lines, mobile matters. And what people spend a lot of time talking about is how relevant the digital space is for real estate, but they don't further qualify that and say, yes, digital matters, but it's really mobile when we're thinking about digital. Look at these statistics here. 78% of people use their mobile phone throughout the process. 75% of people get in the car and go drive to look at that house that they found online. Even in today's world that we've been managing through obviously some unprecedented times over the course of the last 6 months or so, consumer behavior has stayed consistent. Now, here's where it gets maybe a little uncomfortable for us as agents. 57% of the time when they see that house they like, if they're making a phone call, they're hitting voicemail. So what do we do about that, right? We already know, because I showed it to you, if they go online, if they Google search that address, they're lost. They're lost in that sea of sameness without leveraging our video assets. So how do we keep them from even having to search online? We take advantage of our product Text ERA. And as you can see here, it's the #1 lead generation product that we have in our network. 97% of text messages are open and read. In comparison, emails about 20%, maybe 25%. It's like a cavernous leap when you go to text messaging. And why? Think about your own behaviors. Texting is the #1 activity that we do with our phones, right? It's how we communicate today. So yeah, 97% of them are open and read. 60% of those convert to a showing. I think Mickey shared some what should be scary statistics for you earlier in the presentation. The idea that 2% of online leads convert 2%. That means 98% of the time when you're generating online leads, it's not going to go anywhere, right? And then 57% of referrals, 90% of repeat customers. How about 60% of your text leads? We're generating more leads, again, to put that in scale, than Zillow and Trulia combined for our entire network. So it's not that these are just super high quality leads. We're also generating a lot of them. And if you want to demonstrate this for yourself, open up a new text message on your phone, and in the phone number field where you would normally put the number, put the word ERA office. Doesn't matter if there's a space in between, ERA office. Pardon me, put the number 35620. And in the body of the text message, put ERA office and click send. And what you're going to see, or what you're going to be walked through, is the process that a consumer would be walked through. So instead of Googling the address or asking Siri or any other voice activated assistant and then getting 120,000 results and likely being sold then back to you as a lead from one of those major online aggregator sites, we're able to deliver that consumer directly to you through text. And then we can ping the GPS location of the person's cell phone and give them the house that they're standing in front of. So just like you just experienced when you demonstrated and you texted that keyword to 35620, you immediately got a link back. And when you click that link, you got right to the listing detail page, what you were looking for. So again, think about the consumer. They want what they want when they want it. It's immediacy, not online loyalty. So if we're able to generate for them what they want immediately, we win, which is why we're generating so many great leads here. And again, you're marketed on your listings and you're getting the leads from your listings. And all of those leads automatically sync back with that CRM system we were talking about earlier. And again, it's that idea of rinse and repeat. You're able to generate more business, but not necessarily have to become a digital marketer, a social media marketer, or an admin. You can focus on being an amazing salesperson, an agent. This is an example of what those leads look like when they come in. Okay, so again, we've talked a lot about how do we generate more high quality leads. Mickey shared all what we can do for you from a lead conversion perspective and how to prioritize your database with the technology. Now let's talk about that period of time, that cavernous drop off, right? The move itself. So on average, consumers can spend upwards of $10,000 over the course of the move. And people on average move 6 times over the course of their lifetime, right? So they're doing it a lot and it's very, very costly. What we can now do, what you would be able to do as an ERA agent, is add to your value proposition the fact that you can now save buyers and sellers upwards of 25% over the course of their move, right? So think about that. Put that in context of now it's not just about being able to help them find and buy the home of their dreams. You can also save them money over the course of their move, or not just helping them market, price, and sell their home, but now help save them money when they move out of that property as well. So just a huge addition to the value proposition, and it's all completely automated with the purpose of helping drive more value, but also drive more referrals and repeat business. So what we've done is we've aggregated all of these nationals and a whole litany of local vendors as well, again, in an automated marketing campaign. And what will happen now is Mickey, as my client, will start to receive communications on behalf of me, his agent, right, in an automated style, dripping out to him all of these value-added offers and incentives that we know he statistically needs at the time when he statistically needs it in order to move his home, right? So surprise and delight from a consumer's perspective. Now, about a month in advance of his move, again, all automated, he's going to receive a phone call from a call center, right? And that call center is going to represent itself as though they're working with me, Frank Malpica, Mickey's agent. And now what they're going to do is schedule a 20-minute block of time to handle in a concierge format, moving your cable, your internet, your phone, your power, all of your utilities from your existing home over to your new home, right? Something that statistically we know takes most people upwards of like 7 phone calls in 5 hours, we can do in one 20-minute phone call. Again, really over delivering for your clients and saving them money over the course of the process. Right? Over the course of the last year, we've helped upwards of 55,000 families save almost $5 million. So statistically, a ton of money and a lot of value here. Again, all automated, something that our agents don't have to worry about, and it's just happening on your behalf.
Yeah,
So
Frank, and you know, just a quick question. So, yeah, I saw a lot of national vendors, you know, in the drip program, you know, prior to the move and during the move. Just out of curiosity, especially in recent times, there's been a really big focus to start to support the local community businesses as well. So, you know, I, as an agent, could I add my local pizzeria to this or some of my local shops if I wanted to?
Not only if you wanted to, it's a big part of what we encourage, right?
Oh, okay.
Because what we heard quite a bit from a lot of agents and a lot of local brokers is that I have my network, right? I have the people that I'm constantly referring business to and receiving referrals from. So this became a fantastic way, again, to automate that process and show some real tangible value, to Mickey's point, to other local businesses, right? So absolutely, can you swap in any of the local businesses that you may currently work with, whatever they may be? It's a great point. So think about, you know, again, back to that wheel, is we've generated more business, we've captured, converted that business. Now we've actually helped them move. And the next big step is, well, now what, right? We all know that there's value in trying to stay in touch with our clients without spamming them. But what we always hear back from agents is, I don't know what to say. I don't know when to say it. And it's really costly in order for me to hire somebody to do it, right? So what we've done is, again, automated the balance of that process. Once you give us your permission, we're going to market to your buyers and sellers on your behalf. We're going to do it in one of 2 ways. We're going to start with a 4-year campaign that's a combination of postcards and emails, right? So we're going to do 2 postcards a year and 8 emails, or if you're adding them up at home, that's 10 touch points a year for the first 4 years, 40 touch points. And why we do that for the first 4 years with so many touch points is because we know statistically that every 1 transaction that you have should be good for 3 referrals per year for each of the 4 years following the transaction. Or to say that easier, every 1 piece of business should get you 12 more pieces of business. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not getting that, I wouldn't feel too bad, because 75% profit increases can be obtained by just increasing your client retention by 5%. I'm going to say it again. If you can improve your client retention by 5%, that's a 75% increase in profitability, right? So huge, huge gains. Just most folks aren't doing it because they haven't been able to map that process. So the automation here is really the value. But the flip side to this is that instead of sending cookie recipes, yard cleanup tips, and refrigerator magnets every year, we're again sending pieces of value, things that people can actually use to save money on their most valuable asset, the home that you help them buy. Now, I am sure after hearing everything that you heard from Mickey and everything now that you've heard from me as well, there's an awful lot that ERA offers, which is great, right? There's a lot of value, a lot of product, a lot of technology to help you do more. We also try really hard to simplify things as well. We've talked a lot about automation, but one of the ways we help simplify things is that every time you get a new listing, we're going to email you, and all of those automated products and technologies that we provide for you, from your websites to the videos to that text code, flyers, postcards, and more, we package that into one email and we send you that email where everything's pre-populated, and now you can just access anything you want from that email that comes each time you get a new listing. Okay. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit now and talk about some of our partnerships and some of the ways that we help make you more visible and, again, generate more high quality leads so that as you think about that funnel again, you're able to get people in at the top, follow them all the way through seamlessly, and bring back in more referrals and repeat business. From our partnerships in the military and our military rewards program, earlier this year, we announced a new partnership with AARP, and you think about, their 38 million strong members that are constantly looking to buy and sell homes. That partnership that ERA has with AARP is of huge value. Or as you think about our luxury marketing program that ERA has, if you're one of those agents that are asking the question of, how do I increase my average sales price? Or there's that gated community or those zip codes that I really want to be able to break into, but I've never been able to. Our distinctive properties program can help you do just that. If new home construction is important to you, we have our partnership with BDX and the product that we can provide you that gives all of the new construction home inventory across the nation that's planned, in process, and already built, so that you have a way to better service your clients that prefer new home construction. And if you're in one of those markets where iBuyers are really prevalent, when I say iBuyers, think about Zillow Instant Offers, Knock, Open Door, Redfin Now, or even Blue Light. There's so many of these that tend to pop up across the country. ERA has had their own guaranteed purchase program for the last several decades. And as you think about, well, what does that mean for me as an agent? How do I get value out of that? All of the other aforementioned quote unquote iBuyers, they're looking to go direct to a consumer and buy their home, right? Put a house on a shopping cart and buy that home as an investor purchase. What that means, and you all know that, if I'm an investor and I'm buying a home, I'm looking to buy that home at a very steep discount because I want to be able to flip that property and make money on it. And who usually doesn't benefit in that scenario is the consumer, the buyer. What this program affords you as the agent is you have the ability to go in on that listing presentation with an offer. And then it's a guaranteed listing period now that homeowner has to commit to with you as the agent. So we've taken you and the client and put them together, right? And given you the tool and the benefit of having an offer that now you can go to market and try and get them an even better deal on their home. Again, putting you at the center of the transaction. One of the other ways that we can help you either with your buyers or sellers is in our partnership with Home Advisor. And if you're familiar with Home Advisor, they are the largest network of home service providers in the country, right? They have over 300,000 service providers in most of the zip codes across the United States. And our home concierge program allows you the ability to take your clients, if they're trying to get their home market ready, and bring them back to your brokerage's customizable site here and schedule any one of those service visits online. Or again, call into that call center and speak to our home concierge team about whatever projects they may be working on to get their house market ready or if they've just bought that home and now they're trying to carve it out and make it their own, you now have the ability to talk about the partnership you have that's going to bring forward those service providers that are vetted and pre-qualified to help service their needs. The last thing that I want to touch on here is learning, right? I think, and we believe, one of the most important things that you can do as an agent is work on your business, not just in your business. And what that really means is, how can you make yourself the CEO of your own business by really focusing on the skill sets that you need to grow? And that's exactly what our learning team and our learning organization does. There's a whole litany of different opportunities, over 1,000 different live virtual and self-paced courses that you can take advantage of throughout the ERA learning system. These are just some of the top ones that we've highlighted here, like ERA Achieve, which is a course that you can take over the course of several weeks, a little over a month. And what they do is they focus on the things that you should be doing to really mine your sphere. And the value of a course like that is, what we're seeing from agents that start and end that course is that they're growing their listing and their sphere, their contacts, by over 30%. Right? So some real tangible value, not just learning for the sake of learning, but things that can really help move your business forward. And the last thing that I want to touch on here, and Mickey mentioned it earlier in the presentation, the time that you spent with us today, we've really focused on ERA products and programs that can help you generate more buyer leads, more seller leads, referrals, and repeat business. What our learning team is going to focus on Tuesday of next week, September 15th, are the 3 strategies that you can now deploy to help attract more sellers, right? So really that hybrid. Here's the technology today that can help facilitate the process, and next week is all about the strategy that you can put in market to do more business. So what you've heard today is, probably a lot of passion from Mickey and I, because ERA for us is not just a career, it's a calling and a connection. Right? The connection that we have to the brokers and to the agents, the connection that you likely have to the broker that invited you here today. That person that's really at the center of this universe of all of what we talked about, from products and programs, education that you're going to hear more about next week, really the hub of the wheel to help you grow your career. So we'd encourage you to go back to the broker that did invite you today and ask any questions you may have, because they truly are the expert on the network and the opportunity. So thank you very much. We really appreciate your time and hope you have a great day.
Yep. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.